Welcome to the Hypnosis NGH podcast. This podcast series offers a fun and serious look at hypnosis and offers various ideas, discuss case studies, along with NGH educational opportunities.
Hi, everyone. I'm Erika Flint, and today we have Jenifer Ibbotson Rodriguez with us, and she is a professional and board-certified hypnotist, right, Jen?
I am. I just became board certified in April. It's so exciting.
Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations. I want to definitely get to that later because I know a lot of people have questions about what is board certification, why become board certified, and all of that. But let's start at the beginning.
It's a very good place to start.
So tell us what got you interested in becoming a professional hypnotist.
Honestly, it really is sort of the whole story of my life, right? Isn't that kind of how we all end up becoming hypnotists? We just have always probably been hypnotized or hypnotizing. Not to get too philosophical, but not until I became a hypnotist training with you in 2019 did I realize I had been hypnotizing myself since I was 3 years old, giving actual suggestions of hypnosis to myself. And very recently I realized it's because once I learned hypnosis from you and recognized what age regression to the younger one was, I also recognized that there are wiser ones than me in my timeline coming back still to me now. And so as I learned to connect with my future self and recognize when they had been age regressing to me, I recognized back to 3 and 7 and 29, where my future self had age regressed. But
wow,
so that's a little esoteric. Yeah.
Our audience is probably somewhat esoteric, right? But explain that a little bit. So your future self and age regressed yourself. What do you mean by that?
All hypnosis is self-hypnosis, right? So anything that we're telling ourselves is part of the hypnotic trance. So when I say I was giving myself suggestions at 3, I was learning that from, let's say, The Little Blue Engine That Could, right? The books that were hypnotic, I caught on to that's empowering.
Yeah.
And when I wanted, for example, at 3 to see my babysitter and there was nobody there to say no, I said, well, I think I can. And I walked out my door and I walked 3 miles to my babysitter's house at 3 barefoot. And at first I thought, when I age regressed to this moment in your class, I thought, oh, that must be a false memory, or, how can I remember myself toddling in a diaper, barefoot, looking at the pebbles between my toes, thinking, oh, my daddy would be so proud of me for not feeling like he loved it when I walked barefoot. So I was so proud of myself. I remember the whole trek of these 3 miles. I recently ran into on Facebook the babysitter's house that I walked to, the babysitter.
The actual person.
And I said, Etta, do you remember maybe when I was about 3 years old walking to your house? She said, yeah, it's a story that my family has told forever. You were so determined and you knew you could and you just did it.
Wow.
It is ironically a story my family never, ever discussed.
Maybe it was a little scary on their end.
Because
you disappeared.
Etta's mother, Mrs. Scarrington, who calls my mom and goes, did you know your daughter is at my house? My mom had no clue. She would, right? Like, so.
And so what you're saying is you didn't remember that consciously, but in an age regression, you remembered it vividly.
Vividly. And it was so clarifying as to who I really was, rather than the stories and the labels that I had allowed myself to accept between, let's say, 3 and let's say 40, whatever I was when I was sitting in your class learning how to go inward and connect.
So now how do you see things, right?
Understanding how to rewrite the stories of our life To write the story of our life is the most empowering process. It's self-actualizing, right? To take all of the best of us, leave the rest, and then to connect with the most aspirational side of who we believe we still have the capacity to become.
Mm-hmm.
Because every day in every way, we're getting better and better.
Right. Right. So how do you like to work with clients?
Oh my
How's
goodness.
that process like?
I'm a virtual hypnotic coach.
Yeah.
And I use those 3 words very specifically. I'm a virtual hypnotic coach. Obviously, virtual means I'm online. Anybody who speaks English, who works in my time frame, right? Like as long as we get along computer-wise.
Mm-hmm.
I work with people coast to coast in 2 countries right now.
Nice.
I have had some consultations with people in very faraway lands, but it really comes down to availability time-wise, right? But so yeah, I work with people virtually. I am more of a future-focused hypnotist. So I really embody the coaching element of what our profession is capable of. And I know everybody in the world thinks they're a coach these days, right? You've been on LinkedIn, you see it. Everybody's a coach. But who is working with the limitless capability of the subconscious mind?
Mm-hmm.
Hypnotists. Who has the capacity to go in both directions in the entire timeline of one's existence? Hypnotists. The subconscious mind has been proven to be able to go in both directions now, and universally as well. Our subconsciouses can connect. Christian, another one of your students, was talking about resilience yesterday. And I thought he was talking about the subconscious connection of compassion and how we can truly heal each other through that level of connection.
Yeah. Wonderful. Good. So tell me about some of the talks that you're giving here at the convention and what you've been enjoying talking about here. This future focus. I know you're really focused on this. Can you give us a little more detail?
Sure. Well, I started my first 2 seminars so far have actually been fully on the future forward focus. Did a little seminar on your hypnosis sessions stuck in the past,
Okay.
right? We as hypnotists have an amazing tool available to us in Age Regression. A lot of us really like it. A lot of us can think it's the only tool in our toolbox, unfortunately. So this seminar that I did was really helping people see that it's not too radical to just turn it around and go forward instead of back.
And what kind of things do you see that are really cool about taking, the difference there, taking people
Yes.
forward?
I'm going to start with the first, and then I'm going to round back to where we actually started our conversation. So the easiest way of looking at how it's cool to go forward is that we're working with the greatest resource state there is, our wisest, most evolved version of who we can imagine ourselves to be. And by connecting truly, genuinely with the aspirational side of what we're building for our lives, allows us to action plan and backtrack in the same way we would forecast for our businesses, the same way we would forecast for our retirements, or that we would plan a dream vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Why not empower yourself in the same way
Mm-hmm.
with your life and who you are and how you
Well, give us an example. What do you
Okay. An
like with one of your
example.
clients? Yeah, story, maybe one of your clients that you did future focus on.
Oh, great. It's all I really am focusing on right now. So I'm going to talk about a woman who she's 74 and hadn't been sleeping for about 3 to 5 years, and it was really affecting her health. Lost all weight. She was having heart palpitations. It was really physically affecting her. She was referred to me for sleep, and I said, I can help you with the sleep, and we'll see what the ripple effects are for the rest. During the consultation, she was pretty convinced that it was because her mother was never a sleeper and her uncles were never sleepers. And so this was a past problem.
Mm-hmm. When she inherited, it sounds like.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Okay.
Once she
So is what she's
learned,
saying.
and which is
Okay.
like,
Okay.
and there were definitely some other potential reasons in her life that could have led to this, including waking up to 200 bats one night in her bedroom. That would cause enough terror not to be able to sleep, right?
That's pretty terrifying. 200 bats.
We dealt with that differently. We dealt with that with the conscious mind. How the future focus helped her, though, specifically, was when we went forward, she recognized herself drawing with her mother, and she was older, healthier than her mother. And when she made that connection that she had surpassed every aspect, and that she was still going, and that she still had the energy of the jackrabbit, and she still had, now she understood why the bats had come. She is the intermediary between the human and the spiritual. She is the bridge in her family to the divine. And she would not have known that if we had only focused on going back to the trauma of the bats, going back to the terrible divorce and how all that had happened, going back to why mom never, like, we could have gotten lost.
Right.
Now, here's the truth of it, though. Once you make that connection with the wisest one, who knows everything that you need to know.
Is that part of the technique that you're talking about?
Yeah.
You establish this connection with an aspect of the client as part of the technique?
Yes. As the resource state that they can then commune with regularly through self-hypnosis, to have that check-in and that loving companion, that you're never alone and you are always loved, because the one that is the most invested in you, right? The one you become, they love you the most. So in the connecting, there's a lot of I don't say it right. Ho'oponopono. Work to do the forgiveness and the gratitude. And there's a lot of that work in this future forward connection. But then, because that's the wisest side of us, not the one that comes and signs up for hypnosis, right? Or they wouldn't need it. That one says, hey, you know what you need to do? You need to go back to this one time, say this one thing, and it's all going to make sense from that point. So in a way, it makes going back easier, more focused. So that's one reason I really like it.
Nice. So what's coming up for you? What are you working on now, and what's on your calendar?
It's been a really exciting year. Truly, everything has exploded for me. Becoming board certified in April, becoming a certified instructor at the same time. I am now actually doing advanced trainings on future focused hypnosis.
Awesome.
In a coaching model a little bit because of the state that I'm in, but it is usable in any model of hypnotic transformation. It's just an extra tool in the toolbox.
Right.
And don't we all love extra tools?
Yeah, of course, if they're useful.
Yes. Yeah. I don't want the ding dong.
Well, talk about board certification. What made you want to become board certified?
Yeah. I'm not normally one to need titles. I'll be honest. I've never really been all that intrigued by the accolades of such. And I didn't really think about getting board certified. And then it hit me that why wouldn't I? I've done everything that it takes to do that. It's not necessarily difficult. It's just nobody does it. I had the opportunity to hear Maurice Crenshaw speak at Solid Gold, and there was something in what he said that I knew I had to do it right then.
Yeah, it really shows a level of professionalism to our, clients and everyone.
That, you bring that up. I didn't know it would matter to other people. I really didn't. As soon as I said it, everybody treated me differently as a hypnotist online. It has offered me a level of validity that I didn't understand that it would. And so I'm very grateful for just the spark of, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, I found the process really helpful. I mean, it wasn't a weed out exam, but the whole process really helped you notice that you're professional and get your stuff in order and, working with clients. So I think it's a great process that the NGH is facilitating, really.
And really, the way the NGH is doing this process to have us, the oral exam, the level of different written exams that we went through and the time limits. And I think for someone who, I didn't go to advanced schooling, right? I think that might have been why I was holding back, was because,
Okay. Like it might be too challenging or something.
Like an oral exam and a written board, and it just seemed so hard.
Yeah. Oh, but what was the truth?
I was ready for it because I was
you were
ready
practicing,
for it.
and you were practicing, right? So
Yeah.
people who are practicing, I find, they can easily become board certified. Folks who aren't really practicing, maybe, yeah.
I also think it is helpful to know what the NGH is training on.
Right.
I think it's helpful to know what the NGH believes in, right? There's a lot of different thoughts out there, and it is an NGH board certification. So you do have to focus on.
And the ethics and standards of practice are something that is a very good thing for each hypnotist to review every year.
So important. And especially with the ever-changing laws and this new PAR system. I mean, this is an important time for us all to be very mindful of how we're practicing, and board certification and the ethics. It's so important.
Yeah. Well, what do you want everyone to know about hypnosis?
It's cool. Do it.
Yeah.
What I would say is, if you're not a hypnotist, you're already in hypnosis. Learn to recognize it and utilize it on purpose, with purpose, as you taught me to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, intentionally. Yeah, we can access the subconscious mind in an intentional way, which is amazing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, very good, very good. So anything else you want to share about hypnosis, working with your clients? One good thing that I always like to ask actually is what did you think about hypnosis before you became a hypnotist, and what do you think now about it?
I don't even know if I can access the limited beliefs that I had at that time. I've grown so far in just 4 years. It's hard to remember how limiting my beliefs were about what hypnosis was. And it would almost be embarrassing to admit how ignorant I was.
No, I don't know that it would be embarrassing. It's the truth, right? I mean, I don't think I knew anything of hypnosis other than a stage show here and there. And so now we really get the honor of bringing really excellent hypnosis that gets people relief in a new way into the world.
We're at the cutting edge of the expansion of humanity, and we get to be the ones empowering the greatest aspects. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah, it's a real honor to be able to help people when they need help, right? When they're reaching out. So very good. Jenifer, thank you for being here today. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Well, if anybody is interested in a more future-focused hypnotic way of doing things, or learning a little bit more about this approach, please contact me. If you'd like to join an advanced training, there's one available in September.
Awesome. And great. Thank you so much for being here. We are at the NGH convention, and there's so much energy here. Lots of really good learning, good sharing, good community. I'm Erika Flint, and this is Jenifer Ibbotson Rodriguez. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Erika. This is always a joy to be with you.
All right. Bye for now.
Enjoy.
2024 Continuing Education Seminars by internationally known hypnotists. National Guild of Hypnotists, Incorporated. 22nd Annual. Tuscany Hotel and Casino. 255 E. Flamingo Erd. Las Vegas, Nevada. 702-893-8933. Group Code 0224GUILD, February 24th and the 25th, 2024. Award-winning presenters: Cal Banyan, Sean Michael Andrews, Tom Nicole E., Roberta Fernandez, Don Motton, Robbie Spear Miller. February 24th and 25th, 2024. Early bird, only $300. Pay before February 1st, 2024. Save $50. After February 1st, $350. $25 cancellation fee, $50 no-show fee. Tuition includes all presentations, handouts and outlines, 16 hours of CEUs, certificates of completion, lunch each day, registration 8 a.m. program 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Register. Today, phone 60342-99438. Online, www.ngh.net. Email, ngh@ngh.net. Train the Trainer class. February 26th through March 1st, $1,995. Includes solid gold weekend. Board certification exam. Sunday, February 25th, 2024. Program subject to change without notice. Building a better practice through intentional public speaking. Learning how to intentionally present your message is the most effective marketing tool you possess. Public speaking allows you to become the subject matter expert on whatever topic you are presenting. In this presentation, Roberta will share why learning to present yourself in the proper way can help you grow your practice with zero to minimal cost. Speaking enables you to reach diverse audiences, specific audiences, and become a better networker. Learn how to choose the audience to fill your niche. Explore ideas for building your reputation. Discover ways to use training to build a referral network. How to get your audience to market your workshop for you. Gain tips for making yourself memorable. See Roberta model how a presentation will lead you to the clients you desire. Roberta Fernandez, BCH, CI, Henderson, NV, is a personal and professional development consultant and the owner of Fair Hypnosis. She is a renowned corporate trainer and an eloquent public speaker. Roberta has conducted thousands of individual client sessions over the past 15 years and has spoken at numerous government and academic and organizations.
3. Easy things to implement immediately for practice building. There are 3 things any practicing hypnotist can do immediately for business growth and to increase revenue. The best news is, they are all easy to do. Do you want to know what these 3 things are that will help build your practice and income as a professional hypnotist? Be there and I'll spill the beans and hold nothing back. Where to find your warm market and ideal client immediately. Why, when the work is done, it's not done. How to avoid the pitfalls of offering package sessions and what to do instead. How to avoid competition in our profession. What a complete hypnosis program consists of and how to price it properly. Maintenance and reinforcement programs. The fastest way of increasing income by the end of next month. Tom Nicole E., BCH, CIOB, Kenny, OH, is a board-certified hypnotist, certified instructor, NGH advisory board member, Order of Braid council member, and adjunct faculty member. He is also an internationally published author and speaker. The success of his work has been covered by Dateline NBC and other national and local television radio shows, and newspapers and print publications such as Forbes and Shape magazine. Instant and rapid inductions. Are you ready to become a more successful hypnotist who is able to effectively and efficiently hypnotize almost anyone, almost anywhere? This is very much a hands-on presentation with lots of practice. You will learn how to recognize the most highly hypnotizable people, instant inductions to bring the most analytical clients into trance, how to give amazing presentations that will wow the crowd and bring in clients to your practice. The NEWS safety check to ensure your client's well-being. The 58-second pre-brief that sets up your client for trance. The world's most powerful hypnotist routine that always amazes the crowd. Exactly what to do at a party when someone asks you, "Can you show me some hypnosis?" Sean Michael Andrews, BCH, CI, The Villages, FL, is an expert at inducing trance. and some people consider him the world's fastest hypnotist. Sean has taught hypnosis in 19 countries, and he has appeared on television in 4 countries. He is the author of 2 books on hypnosis, and he has run successful hypnosis practices in 3 states. Time tunneling technique, modern age regression. Break through your limits and your clients' limits with the modern and effective time tunneling technique, TTT. Even if you have not yet been trained in age regression, Cal reveals how you can use his new technique and break through old limiting beliefs and patterns to create much greater success for yourself and your clients. He will also let you in on some of the latest discoveries on how to use TTT to work on some of the most difficult issues. This technique can truly break through the limits you're experiencing in your practice. TTT for instantaneous induction of clients and yourself. TTTT for fast and effective age regression results for permanent change. Much better than the old affect bridge technique for age regression. TTT for insight breaks through even the toughest patterns. TTT gets to the cause of the problem fast and uses emotional alchemy. This new technique can boost any hypnosis practice. Cal Banyan, M.A., DNGH, CI, OB, Dallas, TX, has a master's degree in psychology, has written several highly praised books, manuals, and produced many hypnosis-related training programs. He has received many awards and is a member of the Order of Braid Council. He also produces an award-winning weekly hypnosis video program, Hypnosis, etc.
Cultivating credibility, harnessing the power of client testimonials. Robbie Spear Miller, CI, OB, Burlington, On, Canada, is a distinguished figure in the world of hypnosis, renowned for her transformative work. As the Director of Hypnosis Training Canada, she trains hundreds of aspiring hypnotists with the Master Hypnotist Society method of hypnosis training. She also mentors people into building flourishing hypnosis clinics that generate 6-figure incomes. With an impressive career spanning nearly 2 decades, Robbie has touched the lives of countless clients through her expertise in hypnosis.
Overcoming the 25 mistakes that many hypnotists make. They say that you cannot please everyone. That is not the case with this exciting presentation. Don has selected 25 errors that hypnotists too often make. He will then demonstrate the correct way to respond. Inductions, marketing, regressions, metaphors, group presentations, hypnotic convincers, and much, much more. Eliminating negative prognosis from the medical community. The FBI techniques that develop rapport in seconds. One weight loss technique that should be used in every session. Understanding and using the WWIH. The hidden meaning when using a beach scene with a client. The scene about a pond can wipe out stress. Have clients realize the time with you is the best times of their life. Don Motton, DNGH, CMI, OB, Summerfield, FL, is the Vice President of the NGH. He opened his first hypnotism office in August of 1980. To date, he has hypnotized over 50,000 people. Don has the practical experience in every phase of hypnosis. Don is the only hypnotist to ever be named Educator of the Year 3 different times, 1993, 1996, and 2000. In 1994, he received the Ormond McGill Chair, and in 1997, the Rexford L. North Award.
Thank you for listening to the Hypnosis NGH podcast. You're welcome to share your ideas for future podcasts by emailing us, nghpodcast@ngh.net.